Nintendo is effing cooked. Okay, 9 of the 10 most nominated games are even unplayable on Switch. That's because the Switch is at the end of its life cycle. And most of these people who talk about this when the Wii U was at the end of its life cycle, like, obviously Nintendo, like, a lot of the third-party games, Nintendo has got to, like, third-party support for Nintendo has always been a mixed bag since the Wii U and 3DS era. Nintendo has never been able to recapture the third-party support the Wii and DS had. I get the Wii and DS had a bunch of shovelware games, but hey, at least the Wii and DS had support from third-party companies. The Switch at the very beginning had tons and tons of third-party support. Okay, from Western developers and Japanese developers, but at the end of the Switch's life cycle, like, Nintendo has not really had much support because the Switch is very outdated in terms of technology. Like, I'm a Nintendo fan, and even I admit, yes, the Switch is very outdated. It came out in 2013. Again, it's sort of an excuse them playing games on Xbox One and PS4 still. Okay, like, why won't they put games on Nintendo Switch despite having 146 million copies sold, but they still put fucking games on the fucking PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, like, some of these games are on the PS4 still, like, Battlefield E Fantasia is on the PS4, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is on the PS4 and Xbox One, Elden Ring's DLC is still on the PS4 and Xbox One, Xenoblade Hellblade 2 is on the Xbox One as well. Okay, like, some of these games are still on the last generation of consoles. Like, they haven't moved on from the last generation of consoles, yet they don't want to put games on the Switch, which is pretty ironic of them. Okay. Also, the biggest sad thing is they didn't nominate Sonic Generations for anything, which was a pretty big L. And Dragon Ball didn't get any nominations either, besides, like, Best Fighting Game or something. Like, really, the Game Awards should be cooked because a lot of the games they nominated were not very popular games, or thus games like Call of Duty. Like, really? Call of Duty gets 4 nominations? DLC gets 4 nominations? Okay? And it's funny, these people whipped on Tears of the Kingdom for being DLC, when the Game Awards really nominates Elden Ring's DLC for Game of the Year. Like, these are the people who are upset over this. Like, Nintendo is not quote-unquote cooked, considering the fact that the Switch 2, if it was like this to the Switch 2, then maybe, yes, you guys would have a point. If the Switch 2 gets no nominations at all, okay, for major games, okay? But Nintendo obviously does need to do better with third-party support. Like, Baroque Road's an indie game, of course, that's going to come to the Switch, but Nintendo still continues to struggle with AAA developers, which is still a problem, like, that Nintendo has to still deal with. But again, Nintendo did pretty well without these AAA games. But again, it's mostly because AAA gaming has been through a very rough time. Goodbye.